Hey everybody, I think this is going to be my very first tarot path-working little diary journal thing. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but basically I'm pulling cards, maybe not every single day, but every few days in the mornings at my altar. And just really abstractly trying to grasp what's going on in the card without reading the maker's books or guide on what that card means, and considering like I'm still building all my tarot knowledge. I mean, I'm sure everybody does for the entirety of the length of time that they're practicing tarot. I still don't have like concrete understandings of every single card, so I thought this would be a really cool way for me to investigate, like to instigate my own kind of mavericky way of learning the tarot alongside my my scholarly work, my book learning, etc., etc. So the deck I've been working with the most lately is the Golden Thread Tarot, and this was created by Tina Gong, and it's really just a masterfully simple deck that's black and gold, and the gold is foil, and it's amazing. But yeah, this is the first card that I really wanted to definitely make a video about. I pulled this just a few days ago, and it's the Page of Pentacles. It's really a lovely card. At first, you know, some cards are really, really rich in symbols, and then others are a little more open, I would say. I think that's the right word. Open to interpretation, open space-wise. Yeah. And I guess that would be the first inclination, or the first feeling that I had when pulling this card, was just some space. There wasn't an immediate kind of reaction to it or reflection on it. I was really just spending some quiet time, just connecting to Goddess and myself a little bit. And just decided to kind of like ease my gaze and kind of just look off into the card for an extended period of time. And what came after a few minutes of silence, mental silence really, which I'm a pretty analytical person, so unless I'm doing like really focused meditation or I'm working on a pipe or something, it's really hard for me to quiet my mind. I'm just going constantly, so it was really cool to just be sitting in silence and to like just stare into this card and really kind of make room in myself for a source to come through and to give me sort of a reading on this card. And the reading that I ended up getting is very powerful for me. It's so real. So I'm a Life Path 8, and Life Path 8s are known for their relationship with money. A prediction of a lot of Life Path 8s is that you'll gain and lose fortunes several times. And I know I've already lost a few and gained a few. So I've always really identified with that. However, my relationship to money has always been somewhat of a rocky road, a troubled path. You know, there are really good days and there are really, really bad times when I really just allow this concept to weigh me down. So I've been pulling Pentacles almost exclusively for the past 2 weeks. Like, I had a week ahead reading that I did for myself a couple, I guess it was 2 weeks ago, yeah. And literally every card was a pentacle. And while usually I think I would write that off as like, oh, I guess I just didn't shuffle good enough, or there's just a pocket of cards that didn't get shuffled well, I decided not to look at it that way, and I decided to like really just log those cards and to like sit with it for a little while and see what came up. And so far, everything for the past 2 weeks has been about my relationship to money, and where I have room for improvement, and what I'm doing right, and what understanding I needed to like jump to the next level in my relationship with money. And pulling the Page of Pentacles, for me personally, really just, it elevated my understanding the other day. It was just a very big aha moment, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So the first kind of thing that stood out to me after sitting alone in silence for a little while was that the page is just lightly holding the pentacle out away from his body. He's got his left hand tucked behind his back, and the symbolism of his body language for me just brought up one of my favorite little phrases of all time, which is lightly, child, lightly. It's a mantra for my life that I've had for a long time. I forget it from time to time, but you know, that's part of being human. We forget a lot. But lightly is our hold on money, should be our attitude towards money. And recognizing that like the grasping is the antithesis of our manifesting power. So to truly need, like to have a lack kind of need, is one of the things that we all struggle with that really repels money away from us. And I was really just like, you need to be the Page of Pentacles here. You need to remember that your vibration is what is creating your actual reality. And we always talk about the law of attraction when it comes to manifesting our desires, but the law of vibration is the how of the law of attraction. We're all vibratory beings. Everything in the world is vibratory. Everything's a frequency. You have to match the vibration of the thing that you want in order to manifest that in three-dimensional space. You have to. And the Page of Pentacles is just showing me how light and airy of a concept money is, and how necessary it is for us to view money in that way. You know, it's not unrealistic to not care about money. It's not. And maybe not caring is not exactly the best term, but to not be worried by money or to be stressed by money, that's totally realistic. And regardless of your financial situation, you must take on the attitude of the Page of Pentacles. This light attitude towards that which you desire in order for your scenarios to change. So if you're in the middle of a very difficult financial situation, the way out is to lose that attitude of difficulty. To remember this is a lesson, and perhaps the only lesson is for you to have watched this video and to get this message that grasping is not the way to get what you want. You have to become the vibratory being that is abundant and has all their needs met internally in order to manifest an outward reality in which all of your material needs are taken care of. A page is a feminine energy, very receptive. So that's another thing to think about with this concept, I think, is that on a level, you have to surrender to whatever the circumstances outside of your control are, and recognize that all you have power over is yourself. I could probably go on and on forever on this card because so much came up, but I just really want to encourage you guys all to focus on your vibration, raise your own frequency. Stop looking for external circumstances to raise your frequency and your vibration. It doesn't work that way. We elevate from within, and then the universe can trust us to handle a manifested reality that matches that vibration. I love you all. Peace.